Okay, so good evening. Uh, Today we'll be starting the sequel chapters. Till yesterday, we have covered the basics of relational databases and all. What are the keys of a particular table, and how we can uh, set, the normalization form of a particular tables and all those things we have learned. So today onwards, we'll be learning only SQL on top of databases. We have installed MySQL databases. So I hope everyone has installed at your machine, correct? Is there any stuck point for installation and anything for anyone? If yes, then please tell me. I'll be helping you out. If no, then you can try the thing, the same kind of language. You can type it over there at your software and try to create the databases and those components, database components as well. Okay, at your own, and you have the hands-on exercise. You will be quite expertise on top of SQL. Okay, you can have fun on top of that one. Okay, so first of all, let's start SQL for today. What is SQL and all? And while learning the thing, we'll be also doing the languages hands-on over there in our MySQL tool, MySQL Workbench. Yeah. The database name is MySQL. But to work on top of the database, we have a UI that is been available with the software itself. We can work on top of the UI for creating the table, dropping the table, okay, inserting record to the table, all those kind of stuffs. So SQL is structured query language. We already told you in last session. So structured query language means what is the purpose of the SQL to, handle the data. Relational data, obviously, not relational data. It should only work on relational data. Okay. So if we segregate the SQL, there are five kind of segregation we can do on top of SQL. The languages can be split up in this kind of stuffs. DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, DQL. So today we'll be learning DDL and DML, those two parts. Okay. So DDL, what is DDL? Okay, I have. And the other stuff, TCL, TCL, DQL, gradually we will be learning these things one by one from tomorrow onwards. So if we are going to the next topic, what is DDL? DDL is called Data Definition Language. Okay. So for this kind of example, DDL, DML, DCL, DQL, we'll be only taking example for the component as table. Table is the basic component of the database, basic unit of the database. So we'll be working only on table. At the last day of this database management system, we can quickly touch the other components, just like view, store procedures, indexes. Those things will be touch and close the session. Okay, so today it's the first day for SQL, and will be going with all of the example on top of tables only. Okay, so DDL is the data definition language on top of table. So how to create a table? If we are going to create a table, we need to think about how many columns should be there inside the table. Okay, that's the thing. And those columns should be storing which kind of value, whether it should be integer in nature, whether that should be floating point in nature, whether that should be string value in nature, whether that should be date format. So we just need to define the column names, how many column we should be introduced inside a table, and the column's nature. Those things we just need to declare by our syntax. That's how we can create a table. We can alter a table. If we already created a table, we need to change something. Maybe we need to drop some column which is not required. Maybe we need to add some column. Maybe we need to rename some column. Maybe we need to change some column data type. So those kind of statement or language, whatever query we'll be writing over there, That
Hello.
should be working as alter. Yeah,
Yeah, hi.
yeah, Akhil, tell me.
Yes.
Hello? Akhil, are you saying something or it's just bit noise? Okay, I hope it's noise. So fine. If there is any step point, please tell me. So creation of a particular table, alteration of table, truncate a table. We can truncate the table means we can delete all the records from the table. Okay, that is called truncate. But the table structure should be remain as it is inside the databases. Okay, table column should be there, but all the tables data should be truncated. And dropping of the table. If we drop the table, then all the tables, I mean, nothing will be remain for that table. Everything would be dropped. Everything would be deleted from the database. Okay. So there is a difference between truncate and drop statement. So truncate will delete all the data inside the table, but the columnar structure should be remain same. And drop table, it will drop I mean, for that particular table, there will be no marks of the table, no sign will be present for the table. The table should be deleted. Okay. So whatever table related operation we are doing, that can be covered in DDL. That is called data definition language. We'll be quickly coming to this hands-on part. Okay, let me just go to what is the next topic. Let me check and I'll be covering in the hands-on section of DDL. Okay. No issue, Akhil. Okay. Uh, what is the next topic? Let me check. Okay, data type that I want. I mean, I mentioned just like when I'll be declaring a table definition. So there a column we need to mention what kind of data type the column should be having. That means what kind of fields that column should be storing. Integer means it's totally number, no floating value. Float means some floating value should be there. Varchar means string type, string data type, something with character A, B, C, D, just like this. Date should be a date data type. Okay, this kind of data type can be present. I mean, we need to declare while creation of a particular table. Okay, I'll be coming to this thing, all of the thing quickly while doing the hands-on. Okay, now the topic comes DML. DML is data manipulation language. So till DDL, whatever we have covered, we have just worked on the table definition. Okay, so when the table is in place, we can handle the data inside the table. So DML plays the key role for handling data only. It will not handle the table structure anymore. That can be handled by DDL. Okay, so DML is handling the data inside the table. If we want to insert some data inside the table, that is, we can use insert statement. If we just going to update any data, what is already been inserted, we just need to update the data. That is, update command should be there. If we want to delete some records, delete command should be there. So everything should be working on top of data only, nothing related to table structure. So this is called DML, data manipulation language. Today we'll be learning DDL and DML. That's all for today. Okay, let me move to DDL again and I'm opening my MySQL workbench. Hope you have already installed it. If not, please try to install it today as well. I have provided a link yesterday in the chat. Just try to install from the same link. and I'm logging in with the password. Yes, I'm able to successfully logging in. So this is our default schema, Tetra training. Okay. Inside that you can see everything is clean. There is nothing inside the table tab, view tab, store procedures tab, and function tab. I have cleaned it yesterday. So we'll be creating new table inside the tables. Over here in this schema, Tetra training purpose schema. It's by default, it's been selected. You can see schema name is Tetra training. Okay. So first of all, we will be learning create statement, how to create a table. Fine. Then we'll be learning how to alter a table. Then the rest of the stuffs. Okay. We'll be learning these two first. Then we'll be quickly touch DMLs. I'll be inserting some record. I'll be updating them some records. I'll be deleting some records. Okay. Then we will be coming over here again. We'll be truncating that table. You can drop that table. Okay. So we'll be learning the DDL and DMLs part for today. Okay. Let me start. In previous session, we have created student table to get the data from particular one or two classes. I actually we have reached out to class teachers of class 4 and 5 and we received their marks. Okay, their total marks. Let's just have this kind of tables again over here in this session. Just like how to create this. Create keyword should be there. Create is a keyword. Create table. Table is a keyword. Now I need to put the table name. Which table name I want to prepare over here. Just like student table. Create tables, table name, that is student, open brace and close brace. Inside that, I need to mention all the column name. Okay. So create table, table name, column name. What column name should be there? Class. In which class the student is reading. It should be integer data type. Class 1, class 2, class 3. It cannot be float. 2.3 should not be there because class should be an integer. So just put integer, int. Okay. Put the comma because I have to declare the next column. Roll number. It should also be integer in nature. Okay. Student first name. Okay. Put it in this way. Okay. While declaring the columns, we should not put any space there. Okay. If there space is required, try to fill it up by underscore. Otherwise, it will be throwing error as per the syntax. One more point I just need to mention. This is very much important. For SQL is case insensitive. So you can put either way. You can put create as caps, C as caps, anything. So there will be no issue while typing the language. Whether it's a smaller case, whether it's a uppercase, there will be no issue. Okay. So student first name, that should be character in nature because first name should not be integer anyway. So how to declare the character? It should be varchar, varchar. So while declaring varchar data type, we need to mention some size. Okay. So let's put 20. 20 means how much or how many characters it should be supported. It should not require for integer. Integer should be having a fixed value. Okay. We can declare some value with integer as well, but no need to declare for integer. Integer is a integer date. This kind of data type should always be having a default value. So we cannot use that thing as well. Where can we need to use the size, student last name. Again, it's the next column. I'm also putting 20 over here. Okay. And what are the other columns I have used there? Marks. Marks should be integer in nature. Their total marks in the annual examination. Let me put bracket at the end. Okay. So this is the entire column. I'll be just going to create class, roll number, student first name, student last name, and their marks, individual marks. And I have put the data type, what kind of data they should be consist. Class should be integer in nature, roll number should be integer in nature, name should be varchar in nature, marks should be integer in nature. The last column, after the last column, we do not have to put comma because this is the last column. If we want to add any more columns, we can use comma and put these columns. But if this is the last column, no need to put comma. Otherwise, it will throw an error. Let me select the thing and run it. Yeah, we can see table has been created. A log message has been generated. I can omit this window not to check the log. If anything occurs, any failure occurs, then I want to see the log only. I am just omitting this. I'm just putting my query window. We can also see the output. How to check the output? Let me check the student table. Okay, let me refresh it. The table has not been appeared over here again till yet. Let me refresh it. Yes, and now we can see inside the table tab, a particular table has been created that is called student. Okay. So I have clicked on there. Yes, inside the column, I can see all those column names has been generated. We can also see this table data by put the select query. Select query we can cover from tomorrow onwards. It should be under DQL, but I'm just picking the select. How to check or how to check the table anytime. It should be select query. ACLECT select star means entire column set. All the table should be in front of me. Select star from table. ST. What is this table name? Student. Select only this portion and execute it. You can see all the column has been generated. Those are the header of the table. No data has been inserted because we haven't inserted any record through DML. Okay. Now I'm going ahead with one of the DML. Or rather, let me just cover update statement as well, alter statement as well. We have just created the table. We can alter the table. After creation of the table, suppose we need to add one more column over here. Okay. Suppose student age. Student age should be there. So how to add that thing? I need to add the age over here. We need to use alter statement. Alter table keyword should be there. Alter table name. Add, put the column name. Add is a keyword. Now what should be the column name? Age. This is a new column. Add age. And it should be integer data type. Int. Just this statement. Alter table name. Add age. Integer. It has been executed. Let me run the select query again to check whether age has been inserted. Age is a column. Age has been properly inserted or not. Yes, age has been properly inserted. Okay. So class, roll number, first name, last name, marks, and age. So this way we can introduce new column. We can change the column name, or we can rename the column name, or suppose I need to change the thing. Then I need to change the age. Just need to introduce a particular column called date of birth, DOB. And date of birth, okay, student date of birth, and it should be date data type. As I'm modifying the age, and instead of age, I'll be using date of birth column, and date of birth column should be modify. Okay, I can rename age to date of birth. Sorry, rename age to DOB. So while renaming the thing, I cannot change the data type. I just use this kind of rename statement. No, there's a error. Rename. Let me use from keyword. Yeah. So while using executing rename statement, I found I have done some mistake over here. That's why I got this error. Okay. The error log is, I mean, we can check the error log, but it's not too much details. They can just tell there's a syntax error over there. So while renaming a particular column, I need to use column keyword over here. Alter table name, rename column age to date of birth. Okay. So if I execute as I executed this thing, so age column has been renamed to date of birth. But that there is a issue. I'll be telling this thing quickly. Okay. So we can see age has been replaced with date of birth. I can do the same thing by either way. I can drop the column. I can recreate or add another column over here. I can do this thing. I have renamed it. I can do this thing another way. What is the other way? Okay, there is one mistake. Age was in integer format. So DOB is all. It's also integer format. But date of birth cannot be integer. It should be consisting date data type. It should be of date. Correct. So how to do that? We need to use rename. We need to use modify keyword over here. Modify column DOB date. Okay, that has been executed. Now our okay, I can see in this way as well. I can select on top of student. Let me refresh it. Okay, so column name and their data type is present over here at the left hand panel, information panel. Okay, hopefully this is clear. So we are able to create new table and we have learned how to alter the table. If the table is already existed, how to alter the table. Just like we need to use alter table, table name. Then the second line is the most important. Whether we need to add a column, we need to put add keyword. Whether we need to modify some existing column, we need to use modify. We need to rename something, we need to use rename keyword. So that's everything. Okay. So moving to the next topic, let me push some records inside the table because the table is quite blank over here. There is no record. So let me insert some record. Let me omit this thing from here. Okay. How to insert record? We can use insert. It is a DML statement. In DML, what we can do? Insert the record, update some existing or already inserted record, and delete some records. Those are the capabilities of DML language. Okay. So what are the language? How the syntax should be? Insert into table. Put the keyword values, not value. Insert into student values. Then in the student, what are the columns? Just like class. Let me fill it up in proper way. I need to fill up in proper serial. First class, then roll number, then student, student last name, marks. Okay. So how to do that? Student, class, I have taken class 4 and 5. Let's take 4. Roll number is 1. Okay. So student name, suppose her name is Ankita. Okay. When it's integer data type, no need to put, inverted comma, or don't need to enclose the data within inverted comma. But if it's a character, we need to mandatorily put the character value inside a single quote there. Okay. So I'm putting there Ankita as the first name, putting Rao as the second name. Okay. So first name and last name is done. Marks. So within 500, she received 480. It's also integer in nature, so I'm just directly running it. So what should be the command for DML? It's an insert statement. Insert into table name, values, and the value we can put over here. Okay, I think I'm missing one particular column that is called date of birth, DOB. It's not been present over here in create statement. We have, while learning the alter statement, we have introduced this DOB. Okay, so DOB is a date data type. For MySQL, by default, date data type should be having this format: YYYY DD. Okay, so we have to put in this way, and it should be also enclosed by quote. Okay, so it should be 20, suppose 2012. Then month, then date. Okay, let me run it. I'm executing this thing. It's successfully executed. That's why no issue was there. Let me try to execute the select statement. Yes, we can see our record has been inserted properly. There is no issue. Okay. Let me pick some fifth standard record. Suppose we have taken roll number 8, Ram Kumar. So he has received 450. Date of birth is 11, somewhere just like 6, 12. So I'm inserting a fifth standard student's record as well inside the student table. It's been inserted. Now we should be having 2 records over there. Okay. So we can see the particular table is having records now. There are 2 records. So we can try to insert how many records we want to insert. We can do this thing by your own way, by this insert command. Okay. Okay. So whatever we are learning till now, any doubt from anyone? Creation and alteration of the table. Yes.
So,
Yeah, Nitesh.
like, what happens if we repeat the same step 11 and step 12, like line number 11 and 12 once again? Will the data be repeated again?
Yeah, if we did not mention any constraint, Okay. Okay. What is constraint? I didn't tell you this thing in today's classes. So we can impose primary keys. Okay. If we impose primary keys on top of class and roll number, so class roll number cannot be repetitive in nature in student table. I did not put any constraint while creating the table structure over here. Okay, okay, let's learn it today only. Constraint I thought to be learned in the next session. So if we do not put any constraint, we can, if we execute the same statement again, then it should be duplicated in nature. I have executed this statement again. Let me run this thing and let's see what happens. You can see class 5, roll number 8, Ram, Kumar, 450, and this kind of record has been duplicated in nature. Has been inserted again. Okay. So, Nitesh, and it's for everyone. You can also see the particular thing has happened due to we did not declare or there is no such rule to check. Uh, there is no such rule that we can omit this kind of issue or prevent this kind of issue. Okay. So we can prevent, of course, we can prevent this issue. That's why we need to use some constraint. Constraint means we can impose some primary key on top of class or roll number on or on some composite level of thing, just like on class and roll number. Okay, let's learn the thing today as well. Nitesh, your question is clear, correct? I mean, whatever you were trying to
Yes,
say.
sir. Yeah.
Okay, so let me quickly go through another other DML topics, update and delete. Then we can quickly check it. So Ankita, let's see what is update statement. Update statement. Suppose Ankita, the first girl of class 4, she has reviewed her paper and her paper was scrutinized and she received 5 marks extra. Okay. We already inserted her record over here. So we need to check her record properly. We need to update her marks. That should be 5 marks extra. How to do that? We need to use update keyword. Just like alter statement for table structure updatation, update is for existing data update. How to do? Update table to update. Don't use table keyword, update directly student. Update then table name. Okay. No need to put table keyword over there. Table keyword should be using only DDL statement. When we will be using uh, DML, no need to put table keyword. So update directly table name. Set keyword should be there. Marks equal 485. If I just execute this thing, all the records marks should be updated to 485. I need to specify which rows we need to update it. For particular which row that can be effective. This update statement. We need to put a filtering condition where while applying filter, we need to use where keyword, where student first name equal, as it's a character, I'm putting quote. This filtering criteria or filtering things we'll be learning tomorrow with more details while learning DQL. There is vast chapter on top of that one. So filtering statement, just learn this thing. Why we are imposing filter just to segregate. That operation should be operated on top of particular rows only. That's why where keyword should be there. Student name equal Ankita. So that update statement, this portion of update statement will only be effective only on top of this thing. So where student name is Ankita, we can see only this row is effective. If I execute this thing, let me execute it. It has been executed. Let me run it again. Okay, you can see the changes has been appeared. Okay, so we are successfully able to change it. So that is why filter plays a key role. If we just execute this thing, let me execute this thing, we can see it has been effective for all the records. Okay, 485 has been effective for all the records, which should not be good. So just to remember while doing our work, while creating any or while executing any DMS statement for update and delete, for update and delete, we should mention particular filtering criteria there. Let's learn what is delete statement. Delete means we want to delete some records over here. Delete from student. From keyword should be there. If I'm just deleting this, if I just execute this thing, okay, then all the records should be deleted. Okay, we need to put some filter where let me delete these two records. I'm just filtering on top of first name, that is Ram. If I just execute it, it will be searching for whose first name is Ram. It will search two records having Ram and it will be deleting these two records. Okay. Any doubt from anyone? Okay. Now I can see only one record, the first one. Let me impose some primary key constraint on top of the composition of class and roll number column. How to do that? That can be also be done by alter statement. We can also impose in create statement over here. Just put constraint in this way. I did not add constraint in the create statement. That's why let me update constraint over here in alter statement. Alter table keyword should be there. Student add constraint. There should be a constraint key, a constraint name. Okay. So let me put uh, P key. It's a constraint name. And it's what should be constraint doing? It is a primary key on top of these two column, class, roll, number. Okay. So let me execute it. It has been successfully executed. Let me insert this record again for Ram Kumar. Let me just state, work on top of that, whether it's working properly. It has been executed. Let me run student. We can see second records. It has been inserted 5, 8, Ram Kumar 450. This one. Let me reinsert this record. Class 5 and class 8. If this is primary key, the combination of this thing is a primary key, then that cannot be duplicated. Let me check if I'm trying to insert it again. It is showing an error. Duplicate entry for 5, 8 for key student primary key. Okay. So this is the message. So for the practical purpose, when we'll be working in our project or application, there should be large number of columns over there. And there should be primary key because from the source system, suppose, we do not have to store the duplicates and all. But if the duplicate should be there, then this kind of error should be thrown to us and the job will be failing. There, the insertion of record should not be done manually over there. Rather, there should be ETL jobs to store the data from source system to target. There we need to check what should be the target table's nature and all. What should be the primary keys, what set of the column should be primary keys and all. And for that thing, we need to mention in the ETL tool itself what can be primary key, and we need to think of that, and we need to store the data in the job purpose. But no need to think this thing as of now. Just you can concentrate what is primary key, and if this is the primary key, we need to think that it should be unique in nature. Okay. Okay. Any doubt till now? Doubt from anyone?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Devi, tell me.
Yeah, so I want another table like employee ID. So before that, I want to delete this one, the student first name, this table. So how can I delete this one, like entire table?
Instead of student table, you want employee table.
Yeah, I want to create like new table, employee ID, start date, something like that.
Yeah, you can create employee table in the same manner. No need to delete student table. Okay, if you want to delete student table, that is fine. I'll be quickly covering that stuff over here in drop statement. So yeah, just I'll be coming to this point, Devi. When I'll be learning these two steps, we haven't learned this thing till now. So we'll be learning this thing quickly, and we can truncate and drop the table. Okay. So as per your requirement, you want to delete this table and want to create a new table. Even
Yeah,
you can create employee table without deleting this thing. You can specifically just create another table. No need to worry about it. Create table employee. Okay. Just the same way you can create the thing. Or you can rename the same table as well from student to employee. There is DDL available. I mean, rename table name, just like this. Or we can do this thing from here as well, from UI side. No, there is no such option from UI side, but we can rename it. Okay, let me create employee table for you. Just like employee first name, employee last name, start date. Okay, start date means joining date. Okay, that should be employee. I'm just putting EMP keyword over here. Okay, it's simple table with 3 columns. It's generated. Let me just refresh it. You can see student and employee table is also generated. If we check the columns, yes, those columns have been created. We can insert the record, everything. So no need to drop the table. You can create anything. Now, how to drop the table? For student table, we have created student or we have created employee table. First of all, let's learn. Okay, we have covered up the DML statement. We have inserted some records. We have updated some existing records. We have deleted some records over there. Let's truncate the table. It's a DDL language. Truncate means we can delete all the records at a single statement. That is called truncate. Truncate table student.
So
Yeah, tell me.
I mean, like before deleting the table, I have a question like, what happens if we run the whole schema once again? We'll be creating the same thing again.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you please come again?
I mean, like what happens if we rerun the whole schema itself? Like in that schema, we have like two tables, right? The student and employer. What happens if we run the schema? Like if we run
Run the
complete whole
schema
thing
means you want to
from one,
re-execute this statement again.
yeah, like the whole thing, like from 1 to 16.
No. So first of all, if I run this, yeah, if we run multiple queries at a time, that should be semicolon specified. Okay. Otherwise, multiple statement cannot be run. Okay. So this is the first question answer. we can run multiple statement. We can select everything and run it. Okay, there'll be no issue. And that thing will be learning at the store procedures part as well. We can run multiple queries at a single go. That will be no issue. Now let me come to your question. If I run this thing single way, just I'm running this thing again. That should be throwing an error because I'm working inside the schema, Teradata training. A student table is already there. If I'm just going to create it again, it should be throwing me an error. Creation table is throwing an error because table student already exists. Okay, so we cannot create a same table naming convention inside the same schema. Inside a particular schema, I can create this table inside another schema. Suppose world schema. I'm selecting world. Now I am trying to execute. Okay, by default, it's catching world table itself. So we can do this way. World dot student. Let me check if it is possible. No. Let me select the schema, or let me do one thing. Set as default schema. Now whatever I'm working, it should be on top of world only. That time I have chosen default schema as data. Why? Inside world. Okay, inside world student is also been residing. Fine. Let me check in another table. Okay, so their student table is already there in world schema. Okay. Okay. Inside Ronnie test, no student table was there. So I'm just making it a default schema and executing it. Then it was successfully executed. Okay. And the student table is being generated over here in Ronnie test. Okay. So there'll be this kind of thing. I'm transferring the default session to our working schema again. Okay. Okay. Did I able to answer your question? If I try to re-execute the thing, if it is a create statement, then student table should be, student is already existed, then that's why it will be throwing an error. If student table is already truncated, and if you try to re-execute this thing, then it will be throwing error because student table is not present there. Let me show you. Okay, first of all, let me execute student table. Currently, student is having records. It is having 2 records. Let's execute truncate table name. Okay, so let me select it again. Okay, you can find there is no records available. Okay, no record is available. That's why we are fine. If we execute truncate statement again, there will be no issue. We are truncating already truncated table. There will be no errors being thrown over there, but no operation should also be occurred. Okay. Now, what is drop statement? Okay. Yeah, your concept is clear, Nitesh.
Yes, sir. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead with drop statement. The same kind of statement, drop table is a keyword, drop is a keyword, table is a keyword, table name, student. Okay. I'm re-executing this. Then we can see student is disappeared from here. So there is no student table. Now, Nitesh, as per your question, if I re-execute this truncate table, the table is not existed in the database itself. If I just going to truncate it again or drop it again or altering anything I'll be doing on top of student, I'll be receiving an error. What kind of error should be there? That the table is not existing in the database. Okay. So this kind of error I should be receiving. The table data training dot student doesn't exist. Fine. Now only create statement will work because the table doesn't exist. Now it should be only working. Okay. That time bomb instance, if we run any kind of below queries, it should be throwing error because the table is not existed. Okay. So those are the all statement that we learned. Drop statement, truncate statement, alter statement. Okay. Any doubt whatever we have learned for DDL we have okay, let me quickly recap. I think we have already covered everything. So DDL, it's data definition language. We can create table, we can alter the table structure, we can truncate the table, we can drop the table. Okay. And DML, we can insert the table, insert the records inside the table. We can update the existing records over there. We can delete the records. Those are the DML languages, data manipulation languages. Apart from that, we have learned some constraint, how to add some constraint, primary key constraint over there for the tables and all. So those should be inside DDL. Maybe SQL chapter should be there for 5 or 6 days. So maybe new things over there may be also introduced for DDLs again. If I could remember anything at any time or point of instance, then that thing can be covered as well. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Any doubt from anyone or any stuck point, please tell me.
The last question.
Mhm.
It's regarding like after we truncate the table, is it possible to recover the data?
After we truncate the table, uh, okay. So it's totally based on, database architecture and all. Okay. Nowadays, actually from my instance over here, I cannot do that because truncate is a auto committed statement. What is commit and all that we should be learning in DCL, TCL, those chapter. So DDL is auto committed. For DML, DML should be no, it's not auto committed. DML we can revert it back, but DDL we cannot revert it back over here. But nowadays we are having or introducing some cloud architecture in the tables backend. Over there, they're creating this data snapshots for each of the instance, time instance. Okay. Just like we have a Snowflake database, we can time travel. So suppose we have dropped a table. Okay. So we need to regain it again. Over there, we can go to that point of timestamp instances and we can recreate the table from that point of instances. Okay, we have that methodology in the modern databases, but the host server should be in cloud and they should be having this kind of capabilities. For this scenario, in our MySQL workbench over here, it has been installed in my server. I cannot recreate this thing from here. Okay, there is that thing has not been stored. Whatever the thing has been stored, I have dropped it. Okay, so I cannot recreate it. If I trigger a DDS statement at my system, this is simple and software I have installed over here. I do not mention, there is in the backend, there is no such cloud platform and no data snapshot is being stored for single point of time instance. That's why if I drop the table, the thing will be lost from my database. Okay, this for DML, when we'll be executing DML, we'll be learning that there is a commit option. So if we do not commit the statement, then that can be recovered. That we will be learning while learning DCL, TCL, those kind of stuffs after 2 or 3 days. Okay. Okay, Nitesh, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Yeah, any other questions from anyone? Okay, I think everything is clear to you. Yeah, Bharadwaj, anything?
No.
Okay. Okay. So just it's my request to everyone, try to install the software and yeah, Arun. Okay, nothing. So try to install the software and try to execute the statement that you want, and you will be having, I mean, the quick experience to do that thing. So in the next chapters, we'll be working on top of table. We'll be using DQL and all. That should be a bit complex. So just I'll be requesting everyone to install the software at your own system. That's all for today's session. So let's connect tomorrow with more detailing thing and I mean the other scenarios for sequels and all. Okay then. Thanks everyone. Bye bye. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks everyone.